answers to. If you got them, would you be convinced?
I guess.
Our Guru Parampara has been teaching this for the past 1,000 years. We actually have a Bhagavatam coming up in 2 weeks. You guys should really come.
Okay, we'll check our schedule.
A few weeks later, the kids of the Gupta family start going to Balvihar. After Balvihar, the Gupta's house. Mom, Dad, guess what? I finally learned the answers to all of my questions.
Wow, beta, what did you learn?
Well, for instance, I learned that namaste, we learned that namaste is not only a cultural convention, but it's also a form of saying I bow to you or I prostrate to the divinity in you. It means it helps us negate one's ego.
It pretty much says, you keep my germs and I'll keep
You keep your germs and I'll keep my germs.
May our minds meet, it says. The bowing of the head is significant. It shows an extended friendship in love and humility.
Wow. Kya baat, beta. I am very proud of you. You see what my children can do? My children.
Dad, I wasn't done yet. There's also the tilak. And the tilak serves as something that cools our head and also protects it and saves our energy. Therefore, when you told me that if I wore bindi, I'd do better in school, you were actually kind of right. I still don't understand about the coconut oil, though.
Well, daughter, my daughter, might I add. The coconut oil is so that your hair doesn't fall out. Like I said, it's for your own good.
What about we celebrate and go out to get some food?
Wait, also, we're having a cultural program at Balvihar in a couple weeks. You guys think you can all make it?
Yes, I think we'll try to make it.
The Patel family schedule clears up. Both families are watching the performance in Balvihar. The current skit being enacted is Guru Sishya Parampara by the kids of Balvihar. In this scene, Puja Gurudev is having a conversation with Swami Shivananda.
Oh, my son, I have been expecting you.
I am a reporter and I'm looking for answers to some of my questions. There is one that has been bothering me for some time. Have you seen God?
This question is not a new one. It has been asked time and time again, even by the great Mahatmas. When Swami Vivekananda was a young man, he asked Sri Ramakrishna the same question.
Sir, have you seen God?
I have seen God. I have seen him more clearly than I see you. I have talked to him more closely than I'm talking to you. But who really wants to see God? People cry.
If they would only cry out for God, for only one day,
Similarly, I see God only for the reason that I have desired to see him.
So, Swami, how can I see God?
Each soul is divine. The goal is to manifest this divinity within by controlling our nature, external and internal. You can do this through seva, bhakti, and jnana. All other rituals are secondary to the religion.
I see. But first, Swamiji, tell me what is the purpose of a guru?
Guru comes from gu, meaning ignorance, and ru, meaning that which dispels. An egoless disciple who follows his guru will be elevated to realization.
But who is qualified to be a guru, and how does one find their guru?
Only a master who knows God can teach others about him. The blind cannot lead the blind. In finding a guru, follow your common sense and your heart. When you are empty, God fills the void. Gurus are empty in themselves and filled with the presence of God.
I still have some questions and a desire for more knowledge.
I see. Go to Swami Tapovanam in Uttarkashi. He is the greatest Vedantic master of this age.
kami kapababa.
Namaskar, Swamiji. I have some doubts about our Vedantic tradition. If God is beyond everything, then why do we use words to describe Him?
Get me water. I asked for water. What are you doing? Bring me the water.
But I am bringing the water.
I want just the water, not the container.
But how can I bring the water without the container?
Just like you asked, a container is necessary to transfer water, as words are necessary to transfer knowledge.
I see.
Gurudev transformed from a shishya to a guru. At one of his recent discourses, he interacted with a disciple.
Swamiji, I don't believe in God.
I like you. Well, what kind of God is it that you do not believe in?
Well, this God that sits in the clouds and judges men and plays with our lives. Don't you think, Swamiji, that it's all nonsense?
I too do not believe in that kind of God. Tell me, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
The usual. Toast, eggs, coffee.
Eggs. That's nice, eggs. So where did the eggs come from?
I'm not sure. Probably from some farm in Central Valley.
But where were the eggs made? Are they produced in the farms, or are they made in the factories, or?
Well, I don't know if you're joking, but of course the eggs come from hens.
I see. So then, where do the hens come from?
Of course, from...
See, eggs come from hens, and hens come from eggs, which came from other hens. So, what came first, the chicken or the egg? God does not play dice. Every effect must have had a cause. Sir, the watch you are wearing did not make itself. The breakfast you all ate did not cook itself. Every effect must have had a cause. This hunt for cause is an eternal question for the human intellect. Once we trace everything back to its ultimate origin, God is the first cause. That all we see are just the effects. So there must have been a cause.
Am I to understand that that is God?
No, 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 no. I have not described God. To describe Him is to defile Him. I have only shown you one way of seeing the truth.
So how can one come to know God?
Say you are walking along a dark road at night with a torch, and you want to know how does the torch work. So you unscrew the torch and you take out the batteries. But then you cannot see the batteries because the bulb will not burn unless the batteries are inside the torch. Similarly, the eyes, the ears, the mind, and the intellect cannot perceive God because it is the principle that illuminates them.
So I can't find God
No. To realize God is to realize the self. And that is the ultimate knowledge. To find God, one must completely surrender to the goal.
Thank you, Swamiji.
This concludes our Bible performance. The families have learned a lot from the presentation and are now meeting in the parking lot.
Wow, they sure gave us a lot of food for thought.
Yeah, we had no idea that our Hindu traditions had such deep meanings.
Yes, I agree. I think we should start going to Balvihar as well and attending the lectures.
You know, I think I finally realized that God is not someone that just sits in the clouds and controls people's lives. These kids have taught us so much. I think we should all go to the lecture and learn more about Vedanta.
These last few exchanges have illustrated the Guru Parampara. The Guru Parampara is the tradition of knowledge that has been revealed by a master to his disciples. From Guru to Sishya, across centuries of Hindu history, we are able to trace the roots and the vines of our Vedantic culture. The Guru Parampara that we presented derives from Lord Shiva and comes all the way to Guruji and then to us. This tradition or parampara of knowledge is also found outside of the spiritual realm, in countless fields such as science.
Consider atoms. We decided that they were particles that could not be broken down any further. But we discovered subatomic particles. Every scientist uses previous discoveries to explain new ideas. Before the nucleus was ever discovered, the plum pudding model was proposed. Then the planetary model was presented. This was later modified to create the shell model, which is very similar to the electron cloud model, which is accepted today. Like this information has been transmitted and improved across generations, so too is there a rich history of Guru Shishya Parampara in Hindu culture. This concludes our play for today. The ageless truth, Guru's grace. Guru's grace comes to us at any stage of our lives, in any way, as conveyed by this verse from the Dakshinamurti story.
And this concludes our 2014 Youth Camp performances. Let's give all four groups another big round of applause. Please stay in your seats for a few more minutes.
Attention everyone. There's a pair of glasses missing with a tortoise shell frame, and it belongs to one of our art teachers. If you could find it, please tell them. Okay, thank you.